This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
First at 11, you'll need to warm up your car in the morning as temperatures in the teens and 20s move in. Good evening at 11. I'm Mark Mullins.
I'm Amanda Starantino. Let's get right to Storm Team 6. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory working for you.
And at least it will be dry and cold. The clouds moved out mid-afternoon. Skies are clear and the wind is calming down a bit, but still 5 to 10 miles per hour. That sets the stage here for these wind chill temperatures. Feels like 16 in Indianapolis right now, 14 in Peru. Wind relaxes a little bit, but you may have wind chill temperatures close to the single digits in spots in the morning. Temperature will level out in the lower 20s in Indianapolis. I think morning hours outside of Indianapolis, some spots will be in the teens. These are not the coldest temperatures in my forecast. Those are unveiled for early next week. Tomorrow, don't plan on warming up too much. Mixture of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures stay in the mid-30s. We'll talk about when we may see some light accumulating snow and the coldest mornings next week coming up.
See you soon, Kevin. Thank you. New at 11 o'clock tonight. RTV6 is getting results for residents of a Southwest Side apartment complex. They reached out to RTV6 after they say management wasn't fixing an unbearable stench and mold growing in several units. RTV6's Cameron Riddle shows you how the complex is stepping up to solve problems that were cited as violations by the health department.
It was earlier this week that we showed you a number of alarming health and safety issues that the residents here at Horizon Apartments were dealing with, including mold and sewage that smelled so bad the residents couldn't live in their apartments. Now, days after talking with RTV6, those issues are nearly fixed.
They was actually really quick, extremely quick, actually, next day, next morning. They were on it, so... And actually, you guys really helped.
Monday night, we took you into Nicole Myers and Jason Peace's apartment on the Southwest Side. The place they and the kids call home was also home to mold growing on the walls in the furnace room. It's a problem multiple neighbors told RTV6 they were having too. The Marion County Health Department cited the complex for raw sewage that was leaking in the crawl space under the building, causing the smell and moisture to rise into the apartment, creating the mold and an unbearable smell.
I did notice when I came in that the smell wasn't as horrible and that they're still working on it. So she says that by tomorrow we should be able to come back in our apartment.
Myers, Peace, and multiple neighbors say they reported the problems to the complex management a number of times over the month, but their concerns weren't being addressed. Now, after sharing their story and the problems that sent this family running for clean air, all the units in their building have now been repaired over the past 2 days, removing issues with leaking sewage, mold, and even a collapsed ceiling.
Honestly, if you guys didn't step in and do your due diligence, this never would have happened. Honestly, it would have been another small Band-Aid on a gaping wound, honestly. And thank you, guys.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Well, the health department is scheduled to re-inspect the building when the work is complete. In the meantime, if you are having similar issues or see something that seems unsafe, you can alert the health department on its website, marionhealth.org.
Colder weather as we get closer to winter is creating a new problem for people living just east of downtown.
These people don't deserve to be out in the cold, in the weather, and our neighborhood doesn't deserve to have this trash.
Tents, blankets, and garbage have been left behind at what used to be a homeless camp. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker shows you what to do if you notice something like this in your neighborhood.
There's some blankets over there, good blankets.
Every day, Joel Valenti drives by what was a homeless camp right off Southeastern Avenue and Leota Street.
I think this is probably a warm weather site.
Joel tells me he's talked to people who live out here, and he understands there are many reasons why someone would end up homeless living in a tent next to train tracks.
A lot of them prefer to be what they say free.
But with it being dangerously cold outside and the weather only expected to get colder, Joel worries what looks like a pile of garbage could actually be hiding something more serious.
They could be dead in that tent.
Joe didn't know what to do about this, so he posted about it on Nextdoor, and that's how we here at RTV6 got involved. Whenever we do stories like this, we always tell people to go to the city's Department of Business and Neighborhood Services. I'm going to pass along Joe's story to them, and if you have an issue like this, you can reach out to them with their contact information and this story on the RTV6 News app. Working for you, I'm Cornelius Hawker for RTV6.
If you have a problem and need help getting answers or action, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
There are still many questions surrounding the death of a woman found in a church on the southeast side of Indianapolis, but tonight we do know how she was killed. Police say 58-year-old Julie Morey was stabbed and strangled. Her death is being investigated as a homicide. Morey's body was found Sunday morning on a couch inside the Religious Education Center building of St. Patrick Catholic Church on Prospect Street. A man accused of breaking into a home and stabbing a 73-year-old man to death in Lebanon will be sentenced on January 16th. Today, a judge found Zachary Wright guilty of 15 charges, including murder. Investigators say Wright killed Max Foster and tried to kill Foster's wife in June of 2017. She fought back and escaped.
Residents in an East Side Indianapolis neighborhood say they are being kept in the dark. Now they are calling on the city to help change that. People who live on Bower Road near 16th and Ritter say there are very few streetlights in the area. Neighbors on 19th Street have the same complaint. Residents believe more streetlights will keep criminals away. Safety has been a big concern lately amid a recent increase in car break-ins at night.
They broke in my niece's car and stole her work backpack and her prescription glasses. They stole, there was a gun stolen out of a lady's car, not even 3 or 4 houses down. And I don't know what else. They stole change out of another guy's. One of our neighbors actually came and knocked on the door and told us to be careful.
The street lights are broken, or if we don't have any at all. So I believe that people are hitting in those areas where the street lights are out.
Neighbors are contacting the Mayor's Action Center requesting more streetlights through the city's Operation Nightlight program.
Tonight we are working to learn more about a shooting in a busy area on the northwest side of Indianapolis. Police were called to a small shopping area on West 56th Street near High School Road around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Officers say the victim is stable. We will bring you updates as we learn new information here.
Starting in January, Metro police officers will start training for a special program to save children. IMPD will be the first agency in Indiana to create a team focused on the critical moments after kids are abducted or go missing. The Child Abduction Response Team, or CART, allows additional detectives, resources, and equipment to immediately help in an investigation. For example, FEMA Task Force search dogs could be brought in. IMPD Sergeant Paul Scott received the Medal of Merit Award for the work to create a CART team in Indiana.
You just don't know. Those types of investigations are so fluid that you have to have and put those assets at the front end of an investigation to make sure you're doing a good job.
After training and field exercises, IMPD will be one of just over 20 agencies in the country to be CART certified. And tomorrow, the Carmel Fire Department will make a change in an effort to remove a possible barrier for parents in crisis. The department will add bilingual signs on the Safe Haven baby box at Fire Station number 45 on College Avenue. The new signs will eventually be installed at all baby box locations. Baby boxes are a safe and legal way for parents to anonymously surrender infants under Indiana's Safe Haven law.
As we get closer to Veterans Day, RTV6 is learning more about a program that serves vets who may be disqualified from other resources. Veterans Court helps rehabilitate servicemen and women who have committed crimes in Hamilton County. Marine Corps veteran Kyle Reynolds benefited from this program. He was medically discharged in 2012 after a crash that left him with a traumatic brain injury. After coming home, Kyle developed a drinking problem, felt lost in life, and was arrested 5 times.
When the team in Veterans Court say that they will show you structure and accountability, they're not lying. They keep up with you. They will, if you start to slip, they will let you know, and they will insist on helping you fix it.
The phases of Veterans Court are treatment, education, growth, and graduation. 25 people have graduated from the program since its creation in 2015. For more information, go to the RTV6 app and click on this story.
Next, another transcript of closed-door testimony in the impeachment inquiry is now public. What a top State Department official told lawmakers.
And how a program is helping fuel IndyCar dreams in Central Indiana girls. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
Going on now at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Avon police want to know if you've seen this girl. Investigators say 17-year-old Gabrielle Stephanie Borthwick has not been seen since yesterday afternoon near her home in the Settlement neighborhood. She was wearing a green sweater, black pants, and black boots. If you have information, call this number. It's 317-839-8700.
As the impeachment inquiry continues, sources tell ABC News President Trump pushed the Justice Department to weigh in on his call with the president of Ukraine. ABC's Daria Albinger has the latest.
Democrats now considering drafting as many as 3 articles of impeachment against President Trump as they prepare for public hearings scheduled to begin next week. On Thursday, the transcript was released of closed-door testimony from another top State Department official, George Kent. Kent testifying the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, ran a campaign of slander and lies to oust Ukrainian Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch. Kent saying he pushed the State Department to defend Yovanovitch, but that never happened. During his testimony, Kent also recalled telling a colleague that tapping a foreign power to investigate someone for political reasons goes against everything that we are trying to promote in the post-Soviet states for the last 28 years. The release of this transcript comes ahead of next week's open hearings in which both Kent and Bill Taylor, the top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, are scheduled to testify. Meanwhile, the president reportedly furious over reports he wanted Attorney General William Barr to hold a press conference and clear Trump's name following that now infamous phone call.
I had a perfect phone call. A totally perfect phone call.
Barr ultimately declining to hold a press conference. However, the Justice Department did release a statement saying there was no campaign finance violation. In a series of tweets Thursday morning, the president pushing back, saying the story is totally untrue and just another fake news story. Daria Albinger, ABC News, New York.
Tonight, we're hearing from Indiana Democratic Congressman Andre Carson. He serves on the House Intelligence Committee, which is hearing most of the testimony in the impeachment inquiry. We asked the congressman about the public hearings.
My hope is that the questions being displayed before the public will give people a real-time feeling and sense to be able to make their own conclusion about this administration and its excess.
We caught up with Congressman Carson at an event at the Jane Pauley Community Health Center on East 30th Street. He spent time there to encourage people in Indiana to sign up for health care coverage during open enrollment season. You can sign up for insurance under the Affordable Care Act through December 15th.
Tomorrow, the public is welcome to take advantage of the Monumental Health and Fitness Expo. It goes from 11 to 8 at the Indiana Convention Center. Runners taking part in the Monumental Marathon can pick up their packets at the expo, but the event is also free and open to the community. The marathon is Saturday. According to the website, every race is sold out for the first time ever. Those runners better bundle up a little bit.
It's supposed to be actually Saturday, one of the nicer days, correct?
It'll be in the 40s, but while you're waiting, it'll be quite cool. That's the hard part, as if I'm some expert. But just waiting to get moving is always a little bit more difficult. Sunday will be the warmest day in the forecast. We'll make it to 53. How about that? That will feel warm after what we go through tomorrow. Temperatures peak Sunday, but we have to take a peek to the northwest. A very strong cold front will zip through Sunday night, send our temperatures all day Monday falling. We'll start at 37, continue to fall all day from there. 28 on Tuesday, Wednesday's high 31. We will not get back above freezing until Thursday of next week at that point. Let's talk about snow potential. With the colder air sliding in, I think we'll see light snow and light snow showers. With colder temperatures, the ground becomes a little more receptive to some accumulation. Right now, it looks like it would be light accumulation, not expecting a whole lot, less than an inch in many areas, maybe approaching an inch in some spots north and east. Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning will be the coldest in the forecast. 17 the predicted low Tuesday. The record goes back to the early 1900s at 14. A little bit colder on Wednesday, usually the second night after a cold front passes. Skies are clear, the wind a little calmer, and the core of the cold air arrives down to 15 Wednesday. Right now we're at 25, just 10 degrees from that. We'll continue to fall fall off here through the evening or overnight hours into the early morning hours. Temperatures tomorrow from the low 20s to 32 at lunchtime. Remember, today we had all the clouds around for the morning into early afternoon. We should have a little more consistent sunshine during the day. Temperature of about 34. Average high this time of year, 57. Way off the mark, obviously. Should be a decent night for Friday night football. Should I do it, Mark? I don't want to kick it, actually. You know why?
You don't want to do it?
No, when my feet are cold, it hurts to kick the ball, so I'll wait. I'll wait until tomorrow. I'll get them all warmed up. Temperature will fall into the 20s through the game tomorrow with a clear sky, a northwest wind around 10. Into the weekend we roll, dry through the weekend. I would say as we get closer to Sunday night, as the cold front is arriving, that's when we may have a 20% chance of a rain-snow mix. That will increase as we get to Monday. Temperatures during the day Saturday with a strong south wind push into the 40s. We'll see gusts to 20 miles per hour. Decent amount of sunshine. Temperature peaks at about 44. Sunday dry, but the clouds will increase, 53 degrees. And again, focusing on those low temperatures, they're the coldest mornings Tuesday and Wednesday. 7-day forecast put it together. Some light snow Monday, Veterans Day. We're dry as we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's that stretch Monday afternoon through Thursday morning where temperatures will not go above freezing.
All right, we need to get you some thick socks. Warm your feet
I just
by
need
the
to
fire,
warm up during a commercial break.
Ready,
and then
We'll do some jumping jacks. That might be good.
Brad Brown standing by with sports for us tonight. Hey, Brad.
Hey, guys, remember the black cat that was on the field during Monday Night Football this week? Turns out it's still on the loose. MetLife Stadium officials say they have not found the fugitive feline. They have called in some New York area animal shelter folks to help out, hoping to get that cat a new home if it's still found. We shall see. Good evening, everyone. We aren't really any closer to knowing who the Colts will start at quarterback this weekend, but Jacoby Brissett continues working like a guy who is and will be ready to go. Some work both outside and in the elements for the Colts today. Brissett back out there with a heavy brace on that left knee. He was officially listed as limited in Thursday's practice, but the Colts will still use Friday to make their final decision. It might go all the way to the game on Sunday as well. Tight end Eric Ebron is looking for more touches. He talked to us today about the offense finding its way.
We're trying to find that groove, man. Once we get that consistent groove, and I feel like once we prove to our coaches that we are what we are in our tight end room, we'll continue to get those touches and get comfortable within, with Jacoby as he settles down the run game, he gets more confident. I think that's the biggest thing right now.
Eric has 18 catches through 8 games. Remember, he had 66 last season. That was second on the team. The Indy 11 will play the biggest match in franchise history this Saturday. They have earned a spot in the USL's Eastern Conference Final, and they'll be playing that match at home. We caught up with the team working out today at Carroll Stadium. Indy went unbeaten at home all of this season. Those matches were all at Lucas Oil Stadium, but it did carry over to their playoff opener, a win 2 weeks ago at Carroll. Last weekend, the 11 went down to Nashville and came away with a 1-0 win. There is the only goal of that match. They think they might be playing their best soccer of the year right now.
Right now we're playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of drive, a lot of grit, a lot of momentum, and all those things help. And of course, your opponents at this point have won playoff games as well, so everybody's feeling confident, so it should be a great game on Saturday.
Not travelling, it's great. That and not playing in front of our own fans here as well. It's fantastic, for the city as well, to bring a final here, and hopefully then another final as well the following week.
Indy hosts Louisville Saturday at 3. Game at Carroll Stadium should be exciting. The winner will be home as well for the USL League Final next Sunday. By the way, tomorrow night it is the sectional finals for high school football. Dave First will be live at Mooresville on the news at 6 with a preview, and right here on the news at 11 with highlights and our recap. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Brad. Coming up here, if you're confident in your job skills, but not so confident in your interview skills, our Hiring Hoosiers career coach has advice that can change that.
$100 for $309 a month.
All week, Hiring Hoosiers is focusing on opportunities for women in the workplace, specifically careers where women are underrepresented. For many women, working on an IndyCar team is not even a thought, despite the sport's popularity across the state. Now, right now, there are only 8 women working in the competition side of the NTT IndyCar series. To put that into perspective, there are about 10 people who work per car. Katie Hargett, a former driver and current IndyCar reporter, is working to shift the gender makeup of the motorsports industry with the program she founded called Fuel the Female. It encourages high school girls to careers in STEM that can transfer to careers within motorsports. Katie does this by introducing the girls to successful women in racing, like Arrow McLaren SP Racing performance engineer Kate Gunlock.
Girls deciding on what they want to do are more than capable of anything they set their mind to. It's not harder than anything else. It requires the same amount of work and effort and discipline. And people may get deterred by thinking that you need to have hands-on experience, that you need to be born with this idea and this drive to do this, but you can figure it out. It's not easy. It's accessible. It's accessible. All you have to do is have a small interest in it, and the paths are there.
And the biggest piece of advice we got for girls interested in a career on the competition side of motorsports: take that first step and reach out to anyone who you admire in the industry. Those small steps can do big things for you to help get you on this career path. For more info on how to get involved with Fuel the Female, go to hiringhoosiers.com.
You have to think, what have you got to lose?
Absolutely.
Everything to gain. You may have the experience, education, and skills, but how do you interview?
Tonight, our Hiring Hoosiers career coach shares advice on how to showcase your best self to potential employers.
Be direct. So if you're one of those people who speaks in a laundry list of things, I say go down to the bottom of the list. What's the point you're trying to make? In 6 to 8 words, can you tell me exactly what you need to say? So if your message is you got to speak for yourself, you lead with that. Speak for yourself. Then give the supporting details. 3 things you can do to be a better communicator. Yeah. Number 1, work on being direct. And you can do that by writing out exactly what you want to say. Go back, look at it, edit it. Number 2, practice. Go to colleagues, go to friends, go to your boss, talk to them about exactly what you want to say and say, does this make sense? Am I coming out clearly? And then record yourself. Listen back to what you're saying and ask yourself, does this make sense? Is this the tone? Is this the message? Am I saying it the way I need and want to say it? Number 1, we don't listen to someone else. We are listening with the intent and thinking about what we're going to say next instead of thinking about how can I rephrase, restate, or reiterate what the other person has said. Number 2, we go on entirely too long. So we provide an enormous amount of detail. So you're the expert in what you're the expert in, and I'm the expert in communication. And I have to make sure that I can get down to a teeny tiny nugget really fast and not overwhelm you. So people, I call it say and spray. They just throw everything at you. And then the 3rd mistake that people make is they don't ask questions. They don't seek for clarification with each other, and they don't ask questions of other people about what it is that what do I need to know more about? What questions do you have for me?
Go to hiringhoosiers.com to learn more about any career opportunity you see here on RTV6. We will be right back.
Visit ascension.org/IndianaOrtho.
The Indianapolis Zoo is asking for your help to give its annual holiday display national honors. Christmas at the Zoo is once again nominated for USA Today's list of 10 best zoo lights. It's the 5th straight nomination. The zoo has finished in the top 5 3 times. You can find a link to vote in this story in the RTV6 app, and Christmas at the Zoo starts on November 23rd.
They do a really good job with it, too.
It looks awesome.
You think the lights throw off some heat?
I hope so.
Very little.
I hope so.
All right, we need some heat. This is one way to dress. Copper will lead the way. How about that?
Hey, Copper.
He's got on his winter coat. Cute. Lower 20s first thing in the morning. Thanks to Jill Paskey for sending in Copper's picture. Temperatures by 11 a.m. in the lower 30s. Just to show you what happens tomorrow and Monday, cold days. In the middle, the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, a little warmer. Sunday up to 53.
Doesn't Leo have a whole winter wardrobe?
Yeah, it's never a good thing when we pull that out.
He loves it. Have a good night.
Leo.